This video was recorded live before a canned studio audience. It's Friday Night Movie Reviews, and here they are, Chris and Steve.
Welcome. Here we are once again for another movie review with Friday Night Movie Reviews. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be reviewing another movie tonight that we saw, and I took my wife and my son actually to see this one, and we're going to be reviewing
Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're just going to jump right in tonight. The basic premise of this movie is our star is dying.
And there's these little black dots who are consuming all the energy and blocking out the sun. And it's getting weaker and weaker, and our planet is slowly dying.
And it's not just our star that's dying, it's every star in the galaxy.
And that's not a spoiler, that's all in the
That's
trailer.
all in the trailer. But there is one other star that's not dying, and that's what we're going to find out. And so what they do is we in our ultimate wisdom, we put 3 people in a spaceship and launch them off into space to go towards this star that is light years away from Earth. Now, how we actually get there, I do not know, because the movie really doesn't cover any kind of new engine technology.
Well, they actually do. Remember, they used
Yep, they do. They do.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
But that's part of the plot. We can't
Cut that part out. So, yes, they do. And along the way, you get this from the preview as well. Along the way, he meets an alien, and they team up together because his star is dying too, and his planet is about to die as well. So they team up together, and they end up going and finding out the reason why this one particular star is not dying.
Yep.
And hey, you know what? Without giving away any spoilers, that's the basic premise of the movie. This is a good movie, a good family movie to take your kids to.
It is. It's based on Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary, the book.
Mm-hmm.
They actually excluded a lot of the scenes that would have made it more adult-oriented and just made it so that it was a family-friendly movie. It ultimately reminds me of E.T. That's one of the biggest influences I see.
Yeah, it does.
Someone mentioned that it's a live-action Pixar movie, and I was like, you know what? It is.
Yeah,
Because
really.
it makes you laugh. It pulls at your heartstrings. You want to cry in certain parts of it.
Yeah,
It really makes you go through the wheel of emotions that a Pixar movie does.
It
So
does.
I actually agreed with that assessment, and knowing that Lord and Miller directed it, since they did the Lego movie and they've done other animated films,
Right.
it totally fits, and it fits their sense of humor.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it's rated PG, right?
It is, and there is no...
There are no PG movies anymore. They're all PG-13 and up.
Yeah, and it was odd. There was no cussing, and it was funny.
Not one cuss word in the whole movie.
And there was this elderly couple. I asked them they were going on their way out when we were going in. They said, "Hey, how was the movie?" He goes, "It was really good. There was no cussing in it." And I was like, "Surely," I was like,
they just missed it.
Yeah, they just missed it.
But
maybe,
they didn't.
they did,
Unless we did too.
I mean, I don't remember hearing anything. It was very lighthearted. It it was one that you could bring all ages to. I will say that I do have some minor criticisms of the film, but overall, yeah, it's a great family film.
It was.
And it really did. It really made you, and you become attached to this alien that's in it.
You do.
It's very, very E.T.
Yeah, kind of E.T.-ish.
And even has like an E.T. moment in it where you're like really, really worried about the alien.
Right.
And so it has that going for it. And it's weird that I hadn't had a feeling like this from like a live action movie in a long time. So I have to give them kudos. It's like, just when everybody's saying, oh, the movie industry's dead, AI is going to take over, blah, blah, blah.
This one actually to me did not feel like it was written by AI. It actually felt like it was written by a human being because it tugs at your heartstrings.
It does.
It makes you feel things. And guess what? It did not fade to black like another movie we went and saw, Undertone. Shameless plug. So it actually had an ending, and a pretty satisfying ending at that. So
Yep. It gave you the Hollywood family ending that you would want.
it really did. It
Um,
really did. So what did kind of got a basic idea of how you felt about the movie? What did you how do you feel about this movie?
I liked it. My criticisms is I felt like they kind of padded the runtime a little bit. They
Mm,
could have done some sharper editing
mm,
and cut some of the fat out.
yeah,
And I mean, I understand from a certain point of view, but like if you've got small children, like this movie could be really like tiresome for them to get through.
probably so.
So if they could have cut it just here and there, there's little minor things they could have cut out of it. But overall, I really liked it. I like that it does like the flashback sequences a lot that
Mhm.
fills in the gaps.
Hmm.
And it's one of those types of movies,
Right,
and
right.
I really appreciated that because you got a lot of good backstory about.
I'm not an astronaut.
Yep.
I put the knot in astronaut.
And
It was such a good line.
it was, and it is Ryan Gosling basically just being Ryan Gosling in a movie. Yes,
Right.
he is, but it fits. This role was really meant for him, and I could see why they casted him in it. He was fine.
Right.
Like, people can stop saying that Ryan Gosling's career is dead because it's definitely not.
No, it's not.
I know that there's a certain YouTuber out there that she feels that way and has felt that way about him for a long time, among others like Lynn Powell. But no, I liked it. But yeah, if I could just go in there and edit and shorten it down just a little bit more to make it more in par with like, because E.T. is a longer movie too.
Right, it is.
If they could just make it a little bit faster like E.T. was, I think that would be great.
But I understand why they did it because they were trying to build the characters in this movie.
And they did, and they successfully did, because they make you feel for a rocky looking alien.
Right, exactly.
So how did you feel about it?
Well,
So-
I enjoyed it. I felt like it was a good family movie, like you did. I took my wife and my son to see it. They both enjoyed it. My wife not so. She was really excited about the previews and really excited about the movie itself for quite a while. And when I asked her rating this just a few minutes ago, she didn't give it as high of a rating as I thought she would. So I don't think it really hit her as much as it hit maybe me and you. Now, my son, on the other hand, he likes just about anything that comes out and just about anything that's aimed at kids. And he really did like this movie. It held his attention. So if you have a kid that does watch a lot of movies and that enjoys family style movies, then your son or daughter will probably enjoy this movie as well.
this could be his generation's ET.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Probably so, because he really did fall in love with Rocky. He really did like Rocky a lot.
And there's a story behind that popcorn bucket. That was the last one that our theater had.
Right,
And I
right.
happened to catch it out of the corner of my eye, and Keith was like, "Hey, what are you looking at, man?" I said, "Dude, it's Rocky." He's like, "What? It's
What?
Rocky." And I said, "It's the last one, dude." And then literally, I got my refill after the movie.
Yep.
And Keith went right behind me and bought that popcorn bucket.
And got the popcorn bucket.
Because, I mean, it
Yep.
really did strike a chord with us.
It really did.
you
It
know,
really did. It's a really, really good movie. And if I was to give this movie, if you were to give this movie a rating, how many sodas would you give it?
I'm gonna say because of the pacing issues and all that, and the length of the film, and there was certain parts with there was no music and it was kind of dry. I'm probably gonna give this an 8
An
out of
8.
10.
Okay.
Pepsi's, I'd say 8 out of
Okay.
10. On a good day, maybe 8.5.
Okay.
I'm still. It may be nostalgia, but I still love ET more.
Right.
But again, that's my generation. It was
Right.
ET, so.
So I would probably give this movie probably more along the lines of maybe a 9, because this movie hit some nostalgia with me as far as ET goes, and it did have kind of an ET type feel to it. I enjoyed some of the sci-fi sequences that it had. I thought those were really nice.
It was more scientifically accurate
It was.
with how space
It was.
really is.
Mhm.
Because, even with Star Trek, where they claim to be a little bit more science-based.
Right. It's not really all that science-based.
No, it's
But
not.
this one actually was, and I think they kind of went out of their way
Yeah,
to actually do that.
so anytime they were in space, there was no sound.
Right.
If something breaks in space or
It
explodes,
just
There's just no
it
noise.
just broke. There was no noise.
Yeah.
My wife gave this movie a 7.
7. Okay.
So we all kind of sit right there in the same range of 7, 8, 9. So and he.
So
my
this
s-
is well above average.
Yeah,
so,
my son gave it 10 slices of pizza. So it was right out there with him. So listen, this was a really good, like I said, really good family movie. That's our cue to go.
Yep. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to hit that bell notification for when our next video drops. And as always, leave us a comment. What did you think of Project Hail Mary? We'd love to hear from you. And as always, thank you for watching.
Listen, really do address us in the comments. We really do want to hear from you. We want to hear what you thought about this movie and if you thought that it was as nostalgic as E.T. is. So jump in the car, grab you some friends, get your family together, and you guys go and watch this movie. Grab your popcorn and Coke. And when you do, remember, enjoy your movie.